Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles, and this is another one of our detailed video appraisals on one of our newly acquired cars. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly walk around the car and just explain to you a bit about myself, why we do these, etc., and a bit about the car. So, the reasons for the videos. It's all about honesty, integrity, trust. We tell it how it is, warts and all. So whether you are 4 miles away from us or you're 400 miles away, when you view this from the comfort of your own home, it should be exactly, well, I'd like to think exactly, as when you come to view it, there shouldn't be any abnormalities. It should be exactly as I've described. That we're all human, we can miss one or two little things, but nothing will be done intentionally. You won't tend to get many dealers that offer these video detailed appraisals. They can do it, but I don't think a lot of dealers want to do that, because you can hide behind an awful lot of things on some bad pictures. Now, this is the registration number of the car. Please feel free to do any checks on the car. It's a Skoda Roomster 2, 1.6 petrol. Quite rare, really. There wasn't many around when I done a check on Auto Trader. I think there was only about 3 or 4 of them. Most of them tend to be the 1.4s. You don't get the 1.6 that often. Okay, now the current MOT and the last service was done by the previous owner. This was done in March 2017, and I believe there was a couple of advisories. Now, the last service was done at a main dealer, and all them advisories were actually rectified. So I believe there was tyre changes, CV boots, etc., but all the advisories were done and they're detailed in the service book. Okay, so a little bit about me. My name is Monty. Please feel free to read any of my reviews on Auto Trader. They're all about me. They're all genuine reviews. So please feel free to have a read of that. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll tend to start off on the driver's side front. Now these videos do tend to take about 10 minutes long, so I'll try and do this as quickly as possible. I'll hopefully not try and bore you too much. Okay, so I mentioned about there was an advisory on the front tyres. The customer then changed both front tyres. They're both identical makes, and they've got approximately 7mm worth of tread on the front and about 5.5 and 6mm of tread on the rears. Just looking at the alloy wheels. Now the alloy wheels, looking somewhere along the line, they've been painted before the cars come in to us. They have been painted before. There's a few little scuffs here and there, but again, it's to be expected. The car is coming up to 10 years of age. It's done just over 82,000 miles. Okay, so what I'll try and do is I'll try and scoot down a bit. Hopefully you can, if I move the camera really slowly, you can try and pick up there's no dents, there's no damage, nothing like that at all. Now starting off on the front wing, all looks really good. 1 or 2 tiny little chips, but they're tiny, absolutely tiny. Right, looking at the driver's door, all looks good to me. There's no dents, there's no damage, there's no scuffs, no scratches. Now you may have a couple of hairline scratches around the back of the handles. It's quite common for that, fingernails, that type of thing. Okay, so please excuse me if you see anybody walking past or joggers. I am in a public park. I do tend to take all my photos in moat park, so I do apologise if you see people running past. Okay, now this particular wheel, probably about, I don't know, again I mentioned to you that the wheels had been painted before, and you can see this one. There's a couple of little marks around here where it's been previously painted. Now let's try and go down the side of the car. Hopefully you can pick up a better reflection there. All looks great, nice and bright, nice and shiny. Now there's a couple of little chips on the rear section of the bumper here. They've been touched up. And probably the worst bit about this car, maybe because it's got a tow bar or there's a few little marks, but that's probably about the worst bit on the car. There's a few scratches along here, along there. They've all been touched up. Now if I zoom back a bit, if I took a picture from there, you probably wouldn't see any of that at all, but me zooming in, you will do. Now you can buy some trims that go across the boot, the bumper section there, that will cover all that. They're about 35 quid. Okay, now the car has got a tow bar fitted. It's a single electric tow bar, which tells me it wasn't a caravan that it might have pulled, it would have been a trailer, that type of thing. Okay, and just go around back of the car here. Again, looking down the side of it, if I move the camera really slowly, you can see all looks really good. There's no nasty dents, no nasty damage. Hopefully try and pick that up. Okay, again, plenty of tread on the tyres at the back here. And again, as I mentioned to you about the alloy wheels, you've got a couple of little marks here and there on them, but nothing really bad. It's to be expected of a car of this sort of age. Now let's just open the boot up for you. Masses of boot space, absolutely loads. These seats will also move forward. Let's just see if I can go in there, see what this is like in here. Apologies, the radio is on. And then what you can do, that centre armrest section here, you can swing that down, and then it gives you like a one big armrest, a couple of cup holders in there as well. Let's just take the key out, switch that radio off if you don't want to hear that. Okay, all looks nice and good in here. Okay, just one thing to point out to you. Somewhere along the line, it looks like it's had a little bit of wear on the seat, and it has been patched up. Nothing to do with us, previous customer, but again, if you have a look at some of my photos, you probably wouldn't pick much of that up, but I'm pointing it out, so when you do come and have a look, it's exactly as described. Air conditioning is nice and cold. Radio works absolutely fine. Steering wheel's in a straight line when you're driving straight. It's all working great. Now there are two keys to this car. They are both working absolutely fine. Two keys, two remotes. Let's pull the boot down. Let's go in the other side. Again, pick that up. Now being that this is the 2 model, because they do a 1, 2 and a 3, these will come with manual windows at the back, electric windows at the front. ISOFIX for your baby seats. Okay, hopefully that's all lovely there. I'll show you the passenger side. You've got two sort of glove compartments, glove boxes. You've got one lower one, and then you've got another kind of cubby hole at the top. 5-speed manual transmission. Hopefully you can pick up there's no kind of bad staining or anything like that in the seats. Neither the front or the rear are like that at all. They're all good. Apart from what I mentioned to you about the driver side, where they've put that patch on there. Quite easy, it does happen, sort of getting in and out of cars. Right, let's just go around the front of it. Again, show you the tyres. Tyres, brand new ones. Well, they were brand new back in March. The car's only done about 4,000 miles since then. And again, just show you the alloy wheels. Again, you're going to have a couple of little scuffs. And again, I'll just bring it back up. It was the wheels had been painted prior to the car coming into us. Okay, right, let's just pan around the side. Again, hopefully you can try and pick that up. There's no dents, no nasty damage. There's going to be 1 or 2 little hairline scratches, a couple of little stone chips, but again, nothing untoward. On the front of the car here, one thing I did notice, just on this edge there, it looks like it has been touched up before. Nothing to do with us, it was touched up I believe by the previous owner, but it's not been done by us. Okay, going across the front of the car, again, this is probably going to be the worst bit for any chips or what have you. They'll always tend to be like that. You've got a couple of little stone chips here and there. Again, these have been touched up. You've got a couple around the bonnet, around here. It's going to be really hard to pick these up in the camera, but I want to just, you know, try and show customers as best as possible. There's 1 or 2 around here and a couple around there. So hopefully that is as detailed appraisal as possible. So if there's anything else that you'd like to know about this particular car or anything else, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you.